The village of Umuagu was a land of strong traditions and firm beliefs. In Umuagu, the elders ruled with wisdom, the gods watched with fierce judgment, and the people whispered with hungry tongues. Secrets never stayed hidden for long, but some sins were so dark that even the night feared them. One such sin festered behind the compound of Chief Okeke, a man respected for his wealth and feared for his temper. His home was a large one, with 3 wives and many servants, but none commanded as much attention as Nena, his youngest wife. Nena was a woman whose beauty could shake the strongest of men. Her skin, dark and smooth as fresh palm oil, glowed under the moonlight. Her waist curved like the bend of the river, and her eyes held a fire that could melt the hardest heart. But there was one problem: her husband was an old man, far beyond the age of passion. Then there was Ebuka, the son of Motsi Obidike, who had died when Ebuka was just a boy. After his father's death, his mother remarried Chief Okeke, bringing Ebuka into the household as a stepson. Now 24, Ebuka was the very image of youthful strength, tall, broad-shouldered, and full of life. Women in Umuagu often giggled when he walked by, but his heart was restless, seeking something forbidden. The first sin. It started with stolen glances. Nena would watch Ebuka as he chopped firewood, his muscles flexing with each strike of the axe. He would catch her staring and smirk, knowing full well the dangerous game they were playing. One evening, as the compound bustled with the sounds of meal preparations, Ebuka walked past Nena near the kitchen. The smell of boiling soup filled the air, but all he could smell was the scent of her skin. "You work too hard," she said softly, her voice smooth like fresh palm wine. Ebuka stopped. His heart pounded. "It is the way of men," he replied. She smiled, stepping closer. "Even men deserve rest." Before he could answer, a voice interrupted them. It was Adiku, the first wife. She eyed them suspiciously, but Nena only laughed and walked away, leaving Ebuka confused and breathless. That night, he lay in his hut, tossing and turning. He tried to resist the thoughts creeping into his mind, but they clung to him like a stubborn shadow. The next evening, fate led them into temptation again. Ebuka had gone to fetch water from the stream when he saw Nena standing by the riverbank. The wind lifted her wrapper slightly, revealing smooth, dark thighs. She smiled at him knowingly. "You avoid me, Ebuka." He hesitated. "I do not avoid you. I respect you." "Respect." She laughed, stepping closer. "Then why do your eyes say something else?" Ebuka had no answer. The gods themselves could not stop what happened next. He reached for her, and she did not resist. Their lips met, and before they knew it, they were lost in a forbidden embrace beneath the mango tree. The secret affair. What started as a single act of sin soon became an unquenchable fire. Every chance they got, they stole moments together, in the empty barn, behind the thick plantain trees, and even in Nena's hut when Chief Okeke traveled to neighboring villages. But sin is like a shadow, it grows longer as the sun sets. The first wife, Adiku, began to suspect something. She noticed how Nena's eyes followed Ebuka at every gathering. She saw the way Ebuka avoided looking directly at her, as if guilt weighed him down. One night, she decided to find out the truth. Under the cover of darkness, she followed Nena as she slipped out of her hut. Silently, she trailed her through the compound, past the sleeping goats, until she reached Ebuka'S hut. She waited, hidden behind the large mortar, her ears sharp. And then, she heard it, the unmistakable whispers of passion, the gasps of sin. Adiku gasped. An abomination. The discovery. The next morning, before the first rooster crowed, Adiku took action. She stormed into Chief Okeke's hut, shaking him awake. "My husband, my lord. The gods have shown me a terrible thing," she cried. "What is it, woman?" he asked, rubbing his eyes. Adiku's voice trembled with rage. "Ebuka and Nena have defiled your home. They have shamed you, the great chief of Umuagu." A deep silence fell upon the room. Then, Chief Okeke's face darkened. He called for his guards. "Wake the elders. Let the village gather at the Iroko tree." This matter will be judged before the gods. In moments, the entire compound was alive with whispers and gasps. Before Ebuka and Nena could escape, the guards dragged them from their huts, shoving them into the village square. The people of Umuagu gathered, their faces a mix of shock and anger. Chief Okeke stepped forward, his voice like thunder. You, whom I called son, have betrayed me. You, whom I called wife, have shamed me. Ebuka could not meet his gaze. Nene trembled beside him. Then, the oldest elder, Motsinofa, raised his staff. Let the gods decide their fate. The judgment was near. To be continued.